Hey everybody, welcome back to Trial and Error. I just got back from vacation, had the boat up at a lake and spent the week up there. And every time I'm up there, I'm always thinking about getting this boat back in the garage. And being able to keep the boat in the garage is awesome. It just saves so much upkeep on the boat. But getting it weaved in through the door and then tightly packed in the corner here has always been kind of a nightmare. I can do it with my truck, but I have to back it up so precisely, it's just a pain. So what I usually do is I bring out the tractor, and that one I've got a little better control over to weave it in here. And that's what I've been doing for years since this garage was built. But then I saw this from Weaver. So while I'm on vacation, this is how good Weaver is. I just reached out to my contact there. They had this thing here before I got back from vacation, which is awesome. What is this that we're talking about? This is a motorized replacement trailer jack. So it's a regular trailer jack that you can crank up and crank down. My old one was right here. I moved this one over here. And I did this in such a rush. It was actually raining when we came back, and that's why I didn't record the install. But the install is about as easy as it gets. For most trailers, you're just gonna bolt it right through, and it comes with all the hardware. For me, I wanted to retain the potential to have the rotating one back on here. So I ended up just welding this straight to the frame of the trailer. This is the bracket that comes with it. And what you've got on here is a 12-volt motor that is geared way, way down. So it's got a ton of power. It doesn't move that fast, but it really doesn't need to for maneuvering a trailer. In fact, you don't want it to for maneuvering a trailer. And you got a little handle here that lets you steer it easily. This is about a 6,000 pound boat on it. I think this is only rated for 5,000 pounds, but it's moving 6,000, no problem. And on here, you've got a forward and reverse button to essentially let you just drive your 6,000 pound trailer around instead of me having to drag this friggin' thing back and forth. It's always been a nightmare. But this was the greatest thing ever. I could easily back the trailer up the driveway, and just before it started to get hard to maneuver the trailer, I just stopped, used this to jag it up, and drove the thing into the garage. It's just the coolest. Now regarding the setup, they've made it really easy. This handle is just on a quick, almost like an XLR. I think it is an XLR. Connection, so you can easily remove the handle portion if it's going to be in the way. For me, it's a non-issue. When I'm trailering, I just let it roll back like this. And then for power, it comes with a cable here with battery terminals on the end. I've since replaced those, and obviously this is not fully installed yet, but I'm just running it off a 11.1 RC car battery pack, believe it or not. These little packs pack a whole lot of punch, especially when they explode and catch on fire. But when they're not on fire, they provide plenty of amperage to run this motor. So I've got a quick disconnect here, and we're just gonna end up mounting this in the box so I can plug in a battery or take it out. Other thought was just going with an old school small lead acid battery, maybe even like a motorcycle battery. And you could put a little solar panel on here to keep it charged up in a box like this. I've always had this box on here. I've just got everything you need to replace a tire on the trailer in that box, so it works out perfect for this. So I will get this all wired in nice, make it all pretty, but for right now, I just wanted to show you how well this thing works. And again, keep in mind that this boat is 6,000 pounds. It's not light. So when I'm ready to pull it out, I just essentially get the angle I want, hit forward. Super easy to turn. And then when you're ready to put it back, you just hit the other button. And I can tuck it in nice and tight. Nice and tight to the walls, but yeah, as you can see, it's got a lot of power. The other feature I absolutely love about this thing is that is a locked wheel. When it's not moving, it immediately locks up. So you don't have to worry about your trailer rolling away. You don't have to chock the wheels. I mean, if you're on a hill or something, I still would to be safe, but just those slight inclines where it saves you a step of having to worry about your trailer rolling away, because it's locked in place. It comes with literally everything but a battery. All you need is some 12-volt source to power it. And like I said, you can use anything from an RC battery to just a regular lead acid, car battery, motorcycle, whatever. The unit itself is waterproof. The handle and controller is not. That to me is an opportunity to improve. And in fact, I've got waterproof versions of this same switch, so I'm probably just going to disassemble this, put a waterproof switch in, because I don't want to worry about taking the handle off. That's just kind of a pain. But in the garage, it's a non-issue, but when we're out, you know, spending the day at a lake or whatever, I don't have to worry about this not being waterproof. Because of that, they've made this a quick disconnect, so you can just undo this thumb screw and pull this thing out. But that also introduces a lot of play in the shaft here. It's not hurting anything, but I think I'm probably going to end up welding this or pinning it through to make that more solid and a permanent feature. Same thing with this adjustment piece here. Other ways that I think it could potentially be improved would be this mounting system. I know why they did it. What's nice about this is you have two different positions that you can put this in depending on the height of your trailer, but it's not the strongest setup in terms of holding it steady. And that becomes a real issue because this thing puts out a ton of torque, so it can really want to twist that. So I wish they had a better design system here, especially one that stood out and swung up. Now you can obviously make your own, and I have thought about that. I may end up doing just that. Taking this bracket off, putting the old swivel bracket on, and allowing it to turn, which saves you the time of having to do a lot of cranking. Not that I don't spend a lot of time doing a lot of cranking. The only other area I'd see opportunity is just the overall strength of this system. It's not weak, but it's not super, super heavy duty. And I have to keep in mind that this is only rated for 5,000 pounds. So if I had 1,000 less pounds on this, I'm sure I'd feel even better about it. It's just not super robust, but it seems plenty. I did notice that when you have this thing cranked all the way up and you start running that motor, it definitely wants to tweak itself because of, you know, the leverage that it's putting on there. As long as you've got it midway or lower, it's more than solid enough. It turns nice and easy, it cranks up nice and easy, so I'm really happy with that stuff. But I would like to see basically all of this steel kind of doubled in gauge, and then perhaps a better mount that allows you to swivel it. With all of that said, for the price, and there'll be a discount code in the description, for the price, what it does for me is phenomenal. I'm super, super happy with it. As far as the wheel, the motor, the whole drivetrain, this is all cast. It's very, very solid, very happy with all of that part of it. Again, more power than it has traction, believe it or not. I was, you know, pulling it in the rain. I actually had this tire spinning, losing traction. It had so much power, and that may be a good reason to not do what I did, which was mount it up by the tongue. I thought that would be nicer for maneuverability, but back here you're going to have more weight on that front tire the further back you go. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about a mounting location for these. This is still going to be fine for what I need it for, but if I had it to do over again, in fact, again, I may just move it over here. We can grind all that off. So what else can I say about it? It's doing exactly what they said it would do. It's doing more than they said it would do. It's doing an extra 1,000 pounds and back this sucker into a driveway up about a 5-degree slope. It's rated for a 5-degree slope, but I've got this thing working a little heavier than it should. Obviously, if you have like a 3,000 pound trailer, I would imagine you could go up a pretty decent slope with it. But it runs out of traction before it runs out of power. So that's not a fault on Weaver at all. They built a very stout little unit here. Moves at 22 feet a minute, which obviously is not fast, but that's all you need to finagle and maneuver a trailer, especially if you're in tight quarters. I can think of a million different places where this would be really handy. That's why I wanted to throw it on the channel. So I'm really happy to have this thing. I love it. Thank you, Weaver. Thank you all for watching. As always, any comments, questions, concerns, and/or criticisms, throw them down in the comment section below me. Otherwise, everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day.